everybody. I'm going to be taking you through a balancing flow today. We're just going to realign our body a little bit out here in the beautiful sunshine. I'm in Red River Gorge right now, so hopefully you can get out in the sun or just enjoy your day with me. Everybody join me in a seated position. Hands can come to the knees, palms facing down. Soften your gaze, maybe close the eyes. Start to connect with your breath. Inhale through the nose and then exhale through the lips. Repeat this 3 more times. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, let it go. Start to come back to stillness. Notice if there's any lingering thoughts in the mind. Just wave them away, no judgment, and come back to the breath. Feel the earth that supports you, all the points of your body that are connecting to it on your mat. Begin to get very heavy there. Bringing the hands to heart center. We're going to bring our right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, coming into a gentle twist. Keep the lower body grounded and just twist through the upper ribs, glancing lightly over the left shoulder. Inhaling your crown tall and exhaling a little bit more into the twist. Finding softness. And exhaling back through center. Inhale, hands overhead, glance up. Exhale, left hand to right knee. Right hand comes behind you this time. Just glancing over that right shoulder. Keeping both sit bones grounded. Inhale the crown tall and exhale, let it go. Exhale back through center. Bring the left fingertips out to the side. Right hand goes overhead. Glance up through those right fingertips. Just getting a nice bend in the side body. You can bend in that left elbow. Keep the shoulder tucked behind you in this bend. And inhale back up. Spin the hands, switch sides. Keep space between the ear and the shoulder. Inhale back up. Let it go. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Letting your body hang heavy here. Staying planted through the sit bones. Inhale, raise a bit. Exhale, let it go. Sink further into this position. Walk the hands back up and switch the cross of the legs. Inhale the hands overhead one more time, and then exhale, fold forward. You may be able to tell a difference between sides. One might be tighter than the other, and that is completely normal. Inhale, raise a bit. Exhale, lower the rest of the way. Walk the hands back through center. Bring the soles of the feet together here. We're going to come into butterfly pose. Lifting through the crown of the head, maybe placing your hands on your ankles or your toes. Find stillness. Cross the legs, roll up into tabletop. Hands shoulder width distance, knees hip width distance. Flat back. On your inhale, drop the tailbone or drop the spine down, reach the heart forward, lift the chin. And exhale, come into cat pose, round through the back, press through the hands, gently rock back and forth. Just flowing through this at your own pace. Moving with your breath. Fluid movements here. This does not need to be rigid. Move through this 3 more times. Bring the toes together, widen the knees, come back into child's pose. Press your hips back. The head can come onto a block, maybe falling to the mat. Maybe you can bring your hands underneath your forehead if that feels good for you. Maybe keeping a slight bend in the elbows to broaden through the chest. Shake the head no. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, getting a stretch in that right side body. Continue to breathe deep down into the belly. Walking the hands back through center and then over to the right when you're ready. Walk the hands back through center and slowly rise back up into a neutral tabletop pose. From here, we are going to raise the right hand towards the ceiling, towards the sky, and then thread it underneath the left. Don't land here yet. Bring the right hand back up on the inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, bring it overhead one more time. And exhale, let your cheek land, let your shoulder land. Make sure to pull back through the right hip. Don't drop into it. Use that left hand for support. Relax through the legs, relax through the jaw. Inhale, rise back up. Let's switch to the left side now. Inhale, left fingers to the sky. Exhale, thread them under the right arm. Don't land yet. Bring those left fingers back up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, back up. Exhale, thread the needle and land this time, bringing shoulder and cheek down to the mat, pulling that left hip back, keeping your hips squared. Using the right hand for support this time. Notice where the mind might have drifted off to. Just bring it back to the breath and find softness in this pose. And slowly rise back through center on your next inhale, coming back to neutral tabletop. Send the right fingertips forward, left heel back. Tuck the belly up towards the ribs for stability in the core. Coming into a balancing table position. Ear aligned with the shoulder, being really strong here. And slowly lower your hand back down to the mat, knee back down to the mat, and switch sides. Left fingers forward, right heel to the back of the mat. Keep the belly tucked up towards the ribs. Really strong in this pose, sending energy out of the fingers, out through the heel. We are active through the whole body here. And then slowly lower back down to the mat. Feet come together, knees wide, send it back into child's pose. Slowly rise back through tabletop, tuck the toes, come into a downward dog. Pedal the feet out. Stretch out the calves. Reach the tailbone high and find stillness. Tuck the shoulder blades down the back, broadening through the chest. Spread the fingertips wide. And then glance forward, slowly step or hop to the top of your mat, coming into a forward fold. Generous bend in the knees, opposite hand to opposite elbow, letting the torso hang heavy here. Head hangs heavy. Maybe rock back and forth. Releasing all tension here. Drop the hands down to the mat. Hands to shin, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then slowly roll up to mountain pose. Ground through all three corners of the feet here. Shine the palms forward. Slight lift in the chin. Feeling very strong here. Shoulders drop down the back. Maybe lift through the knees. Send the hands overhead. Swan dive forward. Stepping back into plank. Keep your elbows close to your ribs. Slowly lower. Coming up, baby cobra. Exhale back down. Inhale back up, baby cobra, keeping your hips heavy, your legs heavy, your feet to the mat here. Lifting through the heart. Exhale, send it back down, and one more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Untuck the toes. Send it back to downward dog. Your feet may come down to the mat. Your ankles may be lifted. That's okay. Whatever feels good in your body is what works for this practice. Lift that right foot off the mat, maybe bending through the left knee, and then step the right foot through your hands, dropping the left knee, coming down to the top of the left foot, and rising through low lunge. Hands overhead, glancing up through the fingertips if this feels good. Bring the hands back down through heart center. Send the right hand down to the mat. Left fingers to the sky. Left hand comes back down. Step that foot back. Step back into downward dog. Lift that left leg off the mat this time, bending through the right. Stepping up through your hands, coming down to that right knee, dropping the right foot. Coming up when you're ready, hands to heart center. Lift the hands overhead, gaze up through the fingers. Really dropping through the hips here. Bring the hands back down. Left fingertips come back down to the mat this time, right to the sky. Keep your foot on the outside of that left hand. Right hand comes back down to the mat. Step back to plank and into downward dog. Gaze forward, step or hop to the top of your mat, coming back into a forward fold. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Allow your torso to hang heavy. Notice if the mind has drifted and just bring it back to the breath. Hands to shins, flat back, halfway lift, forward fold. Slowly rise here, back to Tadasana. Reconnect with that breath. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, palms down. 2 more times. Inhale, palms overhead. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, palms overhead. Back into chair pose. Make sure you can see those toes. Widen your stance if you need to here. Settle in here. Find softness. Bring your hands to heart center when you're ready. And then drop back into a forward fold. Step back into plank. Lower down. Elbows by ribs. Baby cobra. Inhale one more time, baby cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Lift the right foot off the mat, bend in the left knee. Right foot steps back through the fingertips. Left foot parallel to the back of the mat. Raise up. Facing the top of the mat, hands to heart center. Warrior 1. Open up to the side, warrior 2. If you feel like you're dropping too much into that left or into the right knee, you can ground through the left side of your left foot. Reverse your warrior. Left hand drops down. Right hand comes to the sky. Windmill the hands down. Right hand comes to the mat. Keep the foot on the outside of the hand. Left hand to the sky. Triangle pose. Bring your left hand back down to the mat. Slowly rise back up. Warrior 2. Warrior 1. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Step back into plank. And then walk to forward or downward dog. Reconnecting with the breath. Step the left foot off the mat. Right knee bends. Left foot comes through the left hand. Raise up here and forgetting the flow already. Right foot parallel with the back of the mat. Left knee bends. Bring your hands to heart center. Raise the hands overhead. Warrior 1. Open up to the side. Warrior 2. Be very strong here. You're on a train track, not a tightrope. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Windmill the hands down. Left hand comes to the inside of the foot. Right hand comes up to the sky. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. Raise back up. Warrior 2. Come back to warrior 1. Hands come back down to the mat. Step back into plank and into downward dog. Feel the heat building. You are so strong. Your body is capable of things that you don't even know about yet. Slowly lower back onto the knees. Lower onto the belly. Bring your hands under your forehead. Just windshield the wiper the legs back and forth here. Bring the legs back down to the mat. Right hand comes out to a T. Right cheek to the mat. Bring your left hand to the mat for support. Raise the left leg off. And then cross it over the right, sending it behind you. Maybe the foot comes down flat. Maybe it comes to a block. Whatever feels right for you. And if your body is craving more, you can send your left hand behind your lower back. Give your shoulders a deeper stretch here. Bring the left hand back down to the mat and come back through center. Windshield wiper those legs one more time. This time sending your left hand out to the side, left cheek to the mat. Right hand comes down for support. Lift that right leg and cross it behind you over the left. Soften through the jaw, soften through the toes, the knees. If you're craving more, you can put that right hand behind your lower back. Bring the right hand back down to the mat and slowly roll back through center, pushing back through tabletop and coming onto your seat. We are going to roll back down onto our backs, bringing our knees into our chest, slowly rocking back and forth here, massaging that lower back. You can bring the left knee up to your chest, hands around the left knee, right foot to the sky, and then slowly lower it to the mat, keeping both of your hips square on the mat. Tuck the shoulders behind the back. Keep the spine long here. Keep energy through both feet. Bring that right knee back up. Switch sides. Hands come around the right knee. Send that right leg up and slowly lower it down to the mat. Bring your left foot to the mat. Right foot crosses over the left knee. We are going to bring our hands around the left thigh, or eye of the needle. Recline figure 4. Drop that left foot back down. Left foot can come over the right knee this time. Bring the hands around the right thigh. Be active through both feet. Let the right foot drop. Send the hands out to a T and drop both of the knees over to the left, glancing over through the right fingertips. Slowly come back through center. Switch sides. Drop the knees down to the right side. Glance over to the left. Try to keep that left shoulder close to the mat. Coming back through center, you can drop your knees in towards each other, feet towards the corners of the mat, or send the legs out long. We're going to come into Shavasana, so whatever feels good for you here. Tuck the shoulder blades behind you, shine the palms up towards the sky. Scan the body, relax through the forehead. Relax your mind to come back to the breath. Relax your jaw. Relax the lips, maybe even letting them part. Ease through the shoulders. Breathing down through the belly. Relax the hips. Untighten the knees. Send softness through the feet. Start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, bring awareness back into the body. Start to blink the eyes open. When you're ready, you can roll onto your side and come back into a seated position. You can keep the gaze soft, keep the eyes closed. Allowing today's practice to settle into your body. Thanking yourself for showing up today. Thank you for joining me in my practice. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.